Welcome back to Ivandale. My name is Josh, your host, and with me again tonight is Nick. Say hi, Nick.
Hello, hello.
Hey, hey. Real quick, before we get into what we're going to do today, I wanted to give you guys a little tour of what I was doing off camera. We've been working in the storeroom. This is going to be our wood room, if you can't tell. I've kind of got this sectioned off by kinds of wood. Up front here we have birch, and it's obviously that because we've designed it with the birch, followed by jungle wood. Again, we use jungle wood to do this aisle also, and followed by acacia, and then finally the oak. And I've also made room back here for expanding into with other woods once we discover them. Speaking of discovering, you know how I've been saying I needed a carrot? I finally got a carrot today, so I can now raise some pigs too. All right. Now that we got that out of the way, our next expansion in the storeroom is going to be right over here. I've kind of got it outlined and ready to dig out, but we're not going to do that tonight. I have something else in mind. In fact, I've been doing some other stuff off camera, and we're going to go work on that tonight. Nick hasn't even seen this yet, right?
Right, I am. I'm excited to see what you got planned for us.
All right, well, let's head on out to the horse pen. We'll grab some rides and head on out to what I've been doing and what we're going to work on tonight. Kind of take a look at this here hallway because this is going to be similar in design to what we're going to be doing today because I did some more digging into the mountain and I need to finish that out and make it pretty. And I have my master digger here with me. Oh, you can't leave the gate open. You'll let the animals out.
Oh, sorry about
Sheesh.
that.
All right, all right.
Hey, how did you get a pig up in here?
Well, I put the pigs in here because I just got 2 pigs one day and didn't do anything else with them because I didn't have any carrots, so I didn't do anything else with them. But now that I have carrots and I'm growing some carrots, we can actually make their own pen, and they can we can start making more pigs.
Okay.
All right. Again,
You got
make
your
sure you put
horse.
a saddle on your horse. Did you grab a lead also?
Oh yeah.
All
Do we
right.
need a fence post?
I got some. There's fence post over there. I already got that set up. I did some prep work today.
All
So,
right. All right.
and let's go ahead and cheat and make it daytime here. All right, there we go. And as you can see, this road wasn't here last time. We're gonna follow this on around. I was up on top of the mountain the other day, and because I've been trying to find a good place. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Find a good place for to move the tree farm over here closer.
Okay.
And whoops, watch out for the creeper.
Oh
Keep going,
Lord.
keep going. We can go faster than him. He's stuck in the water. Um, and I was way up on top of the mountain. I looked way down. I found it. So I'm like, well, we don't want to have to go over the mountain, so let's go through it. So that's what I did. And that's what we're going to work on today is this tunnel here. But real quick, let's give you guys the grand tour here. So I already started the tree farm here.
Oh wow. Okay.
And I've made it a little more, what do I want to say, clean cut. You know,
Yeah.
more uniform. I don't know. Makes it look better. So I have it divided out. We have the the acacia up here in the front, followed by birch, followed by oak, and then we have our jungle trees out here, the giant jungle trees.
Yeah, I
So
definitely like the look of this a lot better than the other tree farm.
yeah. And this may expand, but right now it'll be more than adequate for what we need to do.
Yeah.
And one of our 2 fans has requested a tree house. So
Okay.
I wanted to build something over here, like an actual structure over here, and I was going to build just kind of a house on the ground up on one of these hills, but someone said that they wanted a tree house. So
That sounds cool. All right.
let's go ahead and I'm going to tether my horse here, and if I can find my tether, there it is. Tether my horse up to a fence post here, and we'll just look at the tree house, and then we'll get into what we're doing today, and who knows if we'll have time to actually. Oh, don't.
Oh, 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 Lord.
Trying
Where's
to
he going?
trying to kill your horse there.
Oh, Lord, hold on.
Tether. Put the tether in your
Oh,
hand.
yeah. All right, come here. All right.
Oh, you dropped your tether.
Oh, Jesus.
All
There we go. All right, come here, Betsy.
right, there you go.
She coming?
All right.
All right.
So, like I said, we had a request for a tree house. So I planted a couple of jungle trees because you got to have tall trees for this.
Oh,
And,
yes.
and great thing about jungle trees, they also have vines growing on them that you can climb right up the vines.
Oh, look at that.
And I don't have a whole lot done yet, which is my point. I want to do this with you guys. And but I kind of got the start of a platform, and we will
That's
we will
cool.
work in this amongst all these trees that you see here, these jungle trees, and maybe even dig a little bit into the mountain. We'll see. But that will be for another video, but I want to give you guys a sneak peek of that. So, we will get started on our project for today. Before we get started on that, I'm going to pause real quick, and I'm going to fill up my inventory with my supplies, and then we'll be right back with you. See you guys in just a moment. All right, we're back. I've got some materials in my bag, and I'll let you guys give you guys instruction what Nick is going to do. He is my master digger, so what he's going to do is I've kind of mapped out what I need this to be dug out as. He's going to finish this on down to the other end, and I'm going to come behind him and actually put down the floor and the walls. The ceiling we're not going to touch. If there's some places that I need to touch up, I will do that, but I want to leave that natural stone look on the ceiling, so we're going to leave
Okay.
that up there. And then eventually we may put up some, like I said, like the wood pillars and stuff on the walls and the ceiling to kind of make it look like it's holding up the tunnel. So Nick's going to get started on that, and I am going to work on the floor. All right, so how I'm going to do the floor here is I'm going to use granite or polished granite and polish and andesite. It's called kind of alternating is my idea, kind of like a checkered floor, and we'll see how it looks. I haven't tested this out, so if it looks really bad, I won't finish that out. But we'll see how it looks here and for a little bit, and we'll decide from there. But as usual, we try to talk about something while we're building. Otherwise, it would be a lot of boring silence. So. My first video, or first couple of videos, I had mentioned, obviously, that I'm a follower of Christ, and I kind of mentioned that there's a difference between that and just someone who claims to be a Christian. And I kind of want to revisit that idea. Our church is doing a series called Not a Fan, and it is the whole idea of there are a lot of people out there that like to claim Christianity and like to be kind of the whole fan mentality, but they really don't. There's no buy-in to it. There's no true follower in it, and the whole same idea with somebody can claim to be a Christian. Nowadays, you can claim to be a Christian and believe whatever you want. I don't know if you agree with that, Nick, but it seems like everyone out there, oh yeah, I'm a Christian, but their lifestyle is in no way Christian.
Yeah, that is definitely accurate.
Well, and the thing is, I know I kind of touched on it, but I don't know if I really had made the point that I really wanted to make about the fact that it's not enough just to claim to be a Christian.
Right.
And kind of I know, and Nick wasn't here for that conversation. I kind of wanted to get him to chime in and see what some of his insight on that, and talk about that just a little bit more. So, go ahead.
Yeah, we can definitely do that. No, I was gonna say, yeah, we can definitely hit on that because you know that's a lot of what's going on. People are claiming to be stuff, and their lifestyle is nothing even remotely close to what the word says it should be.
Yeah, and the thing is, even in churches, you'll find people that are, quote unquote dedicated. They come to every service. They never miss an event, and yet that doesn't mean that they are true followers of Christ.
Nope.
Some examples is, there was the rich young ruler. He came to Christ and he's like, hey, what do I need to do to have eternal life? And a lot of people mistake this particular passage about to have something to do with money. That it's talking about money, but in reality, it's talking about something being an idol for somebody. You know, this guy's possessions were more important to him than Christ. He was a fan of Christ. He liked the things that Christ had to offer, but he did not want to buy into it. And too often there's lots of people who will tell you that, yeah, oh, I'm a Christian. Yeah, I attend church all the time. They may even do all the things and say all the right things, but in the end, there's really not any buy-in to it.
Yep, I agree with that.
And one thing about this, it's the series that we're doing at church. It is, I don't know. Well, there's a book called Not a Fan, and it's written by Kyle Idleman. He also wrote a book called Gods at War, and it's all about the idols in our life. If you guys have a chance to read either of those books, it's an excellent read. Very dynamic author too, so it's not a boring read. But it really was eye-opening, both of those books, about things in our lives that we wouldn't consider to be idols, but they are. Anything from money to even things that are good can be idols. Because in essence, in and of itself, money's not a bad thing. I mean, we have to have money. God gives us responsibility of managing money. But it can be an idol. The same thing with, like, for example, family. Believe it or not, your family can be an idol. If you put your family before what the Bible says and what God teaches, then it becomes an idol. It doesn't mean that family doesn't have a place in your life and they shouldn't be important. But when they become more important than God, then they become, an issue. So.
Yeah, and another one that that really kind of gets missed. We're talking about idols and things going before God. Even spouses, and or pastors. A lot of times, they kind of get missed in the mix. But I mean, if you really think about it, sometimes people will look at their pastor, their spiritual leader, kind of in more of a reverence than God. And it's easy to do. Because this is somebody that you can obviously see, touch, and you got here in the physical. So yeah, we do. We just have to be careful with that, and really keep our priorities straight.
Yeah, especially, the Bible tells us to seek wise counsel, which are people like our pastor, other godly people that have gained wisdom throughout their life. But too often, I can tell you that I've been guilty of this in my life, that I'll go to those people before I ever go to God in prayer. Yep. And it shouldn't be that. It should be the other way around. We should go to God in prayer and then go seek that wise counsel that the Bible tells us to.
Absolutely.
And a very good example of that is a pastor. It's very easy to go to them before we ever even go to God in prayer and ask for guidance in the area. Because, like I said, it's tangible, and we, us humans, are tangible beings, and it's all about what we can touch and feel, and so it's not uncommon for that to be an easy thing for us to do. All right. Yeah, what do you think about this? Did you take a look at this floor?
Yeah. I like that.
You like that?
Yeah.
All right. Well, then we'll keep it going. So. Well, we usually start out and ask how your week went. Did anything exciting go on this week?
Let me think. My week. You know what? I've kind of had a busy week. I know I say that every time.
Well, we're busy people.
But my week was good. My weeks are usually very eventful. But busy, but good. It's good to be busy. How about yours?
Well, I had meetings at work this last 2 days, and I'll tell you, after a day of sitting in meetings all day, I'm more tired than when I spend all day working, running around in my store and doing my actual job. is less tiring and draining on me than sitting in meetings all day.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I definitely agree with you. I mean, there's definitely a mental, strain, if you will, or whatever you want to call it.
Mm-hmm.
It's, meetings compared to actually like physical labor.
Yep, yep. Well,
I started to cut this section over here out. Do you want me to leave this or cut it out?
let me
This
see
is,
something.
see this right here?
Yeah, leave that.
Yeah, I kind of forgot. I started
That's
cutting
fine.
over.
That's fine. The reason I just don't waste the time because that's going to be covered up. It's not a bad thing that you did cut into. It's just I don't because it's going to be covered up.
Okay.
You know, you only get so many pickaxes in your life and then you die. So you gotta
Right.
you gotta conserve there. So
Yeah.
and since we're trying to conserve all the iron we can, and we keep using these stone axes that don't last very long.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, they're not really that bad though. I mean, what I find kind of more of a downside to stone over the iron is just the speed.
Yeah, that's true.
Iron's a little bit quicker, whereas the stone isn't. But
That is true.
so we need to cut out one more strip right here, right?
Um, well, technically two. So this one again, you just leave the one little ridge, but
Okay.
technically two strips on the wall there.
Okay. I didn't know if you got that first one or not.
It's all good.
All right.
Well, you know what, folks? This is going to be some tedious grounding. I am going to put this in fast forward mode as we fill in this last little bit here and take a look at it on the other side, give you guys some music to listen to, and we'll see how it turns out on the other side. How's that sound to you, Nick?
Yeah, sounds good.
All right, we will be back in just a moment. And we're back. So we've got it all finished up in here. Gonna put some lighting up in here so don't get any creepers spawning in here. You know how much I hate the creepers. But looks like our time. We should probably wrap this particular one up. And we'll see if we have time to move on to something else. But we're gonna wrap this one up. Anything you want to add before we take off for today?
No, I mean it looks pretty good.
I will put the wood pillars and braces up off camera sometime. Like I said, I wanna make this big enough for us to ride our horses through, and all of that. So, especially if we're carrying wood back and forth, I may need my mule to help me pack it all. So, want to be able to ride through here, and why not have an excuse to ride a horse around, right?
Hello.
That's right. So, we're gonna wrap this up, and we will see you guys next time. As I like to always remind you guys, just like our theme verse says, do everything we do as a representative of Christ, even playing video games. And if Nick has nothing else, we will wrap this up. And until next time, keep God first in everything you do. Take care.
See you.
See ya.